couple of years ago I did my GCSEs in 2022, and this is my advice if I were to go back and do it again, on what I would do differently and what I thought I did right and I think is the best for you. Alright, so the first thing is start right now. Start now. To me, right now is the best time to start. If that's making flashcards or writing notes or whatever you find easiest, start now. Just because the earlier you start, the less you have to do daily. So I started pretty much the time it is, or the date it is now, and I just did an hour a day in the morning, and an hour was all it took, and I passed all my exams. I got 4 A's, 4 B's, 2 C stars, and then a C. Everything wasn't unreal results, wasn't terrible results, it was just all I needed to get in the A level. So yeah, start now and do an hour daily each day. With regards to when you study, it's up to you when you study. If you'll obviously have things that might be in during, or that might get in the way during your day, that mean you can't have a set time. But I always did it was I studied in the morning for an hour, so got breakfast and then didn't matter, didn't think about anything, straight into studying. Nothing else, just straight into studying. Just so that means that I wasn't like procrastinating or anything, it was just straight in the morning. I also think your brain's more fresh in the morning. So yeah, you just got it out the way, do your hour study in the morning and you'll be grand, you'll be sweet. The other thing, and this is easier said than done, but people seem to stress loads about them, which is fair enough. They're like, for some people, your first proper exams. But honestly, if you do an hour from right now, I can guarantee you'll do just fine. And typically your teachers tend to scare you and they make it seem way worse. Like I know in our school they made the test that we did during class way harder than the actual GCSE paper itself, just to kind of scare you a bit more, to make you work harder and things. And I do think, yeah, if you just put in, like, it's quite a good thing, 'cause if they scare you, then yes, you will work harder and then you'll pass with flying colours in the actual exams. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. The way I like to look at things is think of worst case scenario. Right, so worst case scenario, they go horribly, which if you start now doing an hour a day, it's not going to happen, but let's just say somehow I did. Worst case scenario, you just go on, you can repeat them, everything get repeated, you can repeat them. And the other thing to look at is you're getting yourself so wound up over a letter on a piece of paper at the end of the day. It's actually a piece of paper, it's just a piece of A4 paper, you know, just a bit like anything else, a bit like, just a bit like this. Literally, that's all it is, just a piece of paper with some letters on it. You know, it's really nothing that you think is this whole big fancy thing. You get yourself so worked up. Imagine yourself worked up about this. You get yourself worked up over a piece of paper. In relation to the stress point, sometimes what happened with me a lot was people would talk about how they're working like 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours a day, and I was sitting there thinking, I'm doing one, this isn't, you know, I'm not working hard enough, and I get myself all worked up. And I ended up getting the same results, if not beating them. And just because, well, one, you're lying. You could be lying if you're working 9 to 10 hours a day. Okay, let's say you're not. If you are, really not going to be that effective. I'm sorry, but not a single person can concentrate for 9 to 10 hours on their studies to effective studying, whereas I could do an hour and it was super effective. Even let's say they managed to get better grades than me, it's like, was it really worth the extra 9 hours you did a day, the extra 8 hours you did a day? No, of course it's not. It's like, they're exams at the end of the day. You still want to live, you still need to live your life. And that leads me on to the next point is, don't just put everything on hold because of your exams. You know, like, still do your daily stuff, okay? If you really want to go and do 3 hours, go do 3 hours. I did an hour and I was perfectly fine. But let's say you want to go do 3 hours, but then the rest of your day, you know, go and do normal things, go out with your friends, go out and do this. Just because your exams doesn't mean you have to confine yourself to your room. You know, go out and you go do things just like a normal person would. You perform better. The reason you perform better is because you'll probably be in a better state of mind. Like your mental health, you need to, like, one of the most important things for your exams, for not only learning stuff, it helps you learn, but also then retaining that information is your mental health. And how you improve your mental health, do things like exercise, go on a walk, we see family and friends. Mental health, to be honest, I prioritise, that's what I did. I prioritise my health, my mental health over my study. just because, I mean, well, study, yes, was important for the exams, but at the end of the day, your health's the most important thing, so you gotta put priorities. So that came first, and then my revision. A lot of people might disagree with that, but that's my look to it, and you can take it how you want. The only thing I would recommend is usually just before your exams and during them, you'll be off. You won't be in school to just be able to study all day, and during those days, I would obviously ramp up the study the majority of the day just beforehand. Just trying to retain as much information as I can, but yeah, apart from that, in the lead up to it, an hour day's fine. I don't know how many times I said an hour day's fine, but an hour day's fine. And yeah, apart from that, breathe. Everything's gonna be alright. You'll live. Even if you fail, you'll live. You'll still keep living. The sun will rise. You'll still live. So yeah, good luck with everything, and that's my advice. Take it how you wish, and see you in the next one.